guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to say a quick thank you to all of you guys who have liked and subscribed to my channel. It means so much and it keeps me going. So I'm doing another pick a card reading today, and I thought today we would just do a look at October. So I have 3 piles here. I have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. If you need a second to pick your pile, go ahead and pause the video here. Otherwise, I'm just going to jump right in. Alright, pile number 1. Just so you guys know, I've set the intention that any card that comes out wants to be read in the upright. Alright, what is October looking like? Pile number 1. And I just kind of want this to be holistic and kind of deep, so I'm doing the Celtic cross spread. And we're just going to look at like the overview here. And I think I'm going to do a romantic one tomorrow, so if you're interested in that. If you can't see all of these cards, guys, don't worry. I will show them to you, I promise. Right off the bat, the current condition, we have the Devil. So you guys are dealing with some really heavy energy. And, you know, this could be, and because the core obstacle to this is the 10 of Cups, this is the Happy Family card. This could be actual temptation, maybe to step outside of a relationship. Maybe it's not your relationship. Maybe the person that you are attracted to already has another connection. This could be some kind of addiction that is affecting your family. I'm just being drawn to the money bags over here. So, right, I mean, this is really, really heavy energy. And let's just dive further into this, because in the past position you have the 5 of Wands. So this is definitely conflict. I'm getting gossip just from this particular deck. The 5 of Wands it is conflict, but it's not, you know, I get kind of clucking hens, like the clucking hen imagery. It's not necessarily, you know, pull somebody around by their hair or like anything super intense, you know, but you know, gossip and things like that really hurt too. So there could just be competition between some women. This could be an actual cheating. The Devil also represents contracts. So you could be married to someone that maybe has had trouble to being faithful, or in a very, you know, serious and committed relationship with someone who has struggled to remain faithful in the past. And that is kind of coming out in one way or another, whether that's, you know, behavior patterns, whether you're seeing something suspicious. Somebody is dealing with some major temptation. I'm just going to get a clarifier. So the High Priestess, it's secrets. Yeah, there's like, I'm just getting like kind of lying and cheating here. There's something that isn't being told. And with the 5 of Wands being in the past position, with conflict, competition, and with the rest of the cards here, this is looking like maybe someone who is a bit of a philanderer. The High Priestess here is secrecy. It's somebody who's maybe a little bit manipulative, calling the shots behind the scenes, somebody who maybe fronts like they're one way, but behind the scenes is doing something different. This is also somebody who's powerful, who is smart enough to kind of know what they're doing. So, where do I want to go next? The subconscious, let's go up here to the subconscious influences. We have the Hanged Man. So I do feel like there is some kind of spirituality that is taking hold. Some kind of new perspective on the situation. And also like maybe apathy. So if this is your situation, you could have some intuitive feelings. This also could be, intuition, and the high priestess also speaks to intuition. So you could have some intuition that something is not quite right in this situation, but it's not quite bubbling up to the surface, and so it's keeping you kind of stuck. It's not strong enough. It's almost like a whisper in the back of your mind. It's not necessarily strong enough to really startle you into action or anything. But what you have at your disposal is the Page of Cups. And right away I'm getting a child, which I don't like referring to a child as one of the tools, but maybe this could be the perspective of a child, having this fresh perspective, because the Page of Cups is so artistic and so creative and loving and open-minded, and that paired with the Hangman here in the subconscious position, it's kind of saying use your creativity to look at this situation. Yeah, I mean, the Page of Cups is student. So this could be, learning, your ability to learn. Again, this speaks to intuition. You have a ton of intuition cards. So I just pulled a clarifier and I've got the Page of Swords. So pages are children, they're messengers, and students. So this could be your ability to communicate your feelings. You have the ability to communicate what you're feeling to this person in a way that is clear and also loving, and that explains your emotions. It's both emotional and also clear. And with the, pages being children, I'm getting that it's like, it's not, and all of these cards really, you can do it in a way that's like not judgmental, where it's like you're investigating, you're figuring it out. You owe it to yourself, you owe it to them, you owe it to this relationship in order to communicate clearly about how you're feeling. Okay, so into the future is the Moon. So this is secrets, this is fears, this is things not being very clear. And that could be the journey, of this devil situation, is bringing up a lot of your subconscious fears, of their subconscious fears of not being good enough. If there has been some cheating in the past, if there's been competition where the person that you love has put you, against other people, competing for their affection, this is bringing up maybe some fears of not being good enough, of being abandoned, of being hurt again, with the Ten of Swords as a clarifier. And maybe of this connection being done. If the family is, in the obstacle position, this could be you're fearing the end of your family. Or if you're not in a relationship with this person, this could be, the end of like this dream of having a happy family, because you certainly feel drawn to this person if you're not in a committed relationship with them. This is a very specific message, so I'm sorry if this isn't resonating with everyone. You guys might want to pick another pile, but it is, it's pretty specific here. And also, if you are the third party, this could be, you fear losing your sense of self. You fear maybe this person won't choose you, that maybe they've been feeding you lies, maybe that there are, more than one lady. Something like that. So, your attitude is the King of Cups. You have a lot of love for this person, but you're holding back a little bit. You have a very dignified attitude. You know yourself to be, dignified. And you're holding yourself in a very high regard. I think you are a little bit guarded. I feel like you have learned from past mistakes, whether it's with this person or from other situations. if this has been a recurring issue with the Five of Wands here, you have definitely learned from that, and you have love. It's not dampening your love, but you are careful of what you're communicating. And this is reminding me that you, in your tools, what you have at your disposal, you have, the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords, which is really innocent, communication. And that tells me, especially with you showing up with your attitude as the King of Cups, like the page is here communicating from the page level. When you are showing up, your attitude as the King of Cups, you're sharing a little bit. You're opening up a little bit. That would be the tool. And that would keep you true to yourself and your attitude and how you want to show up in the situation. Now, the outside energy is really interesting for this read because it is the Two of Cups. And this is, again, it's outside energy. And the Two of Cups is harmonious relationship. This is, it can be friendship, but this is just kind of feeling drawn to someone, feeling a soul connection with someone. So this could be your person being drawn to someone. And the Sun here. And I'm just noticing that this looks like a pregnant woman here. So this definitely could be an outside relationship. This is some kind of joy. Let me just see specifically where this is coming from. Page of Pentacles. So this could be a new project. This could be a new field of study. Honestly, this could be a new relationship with the Page of Pentacles here. This is heavy. Please let me know if this is resonating. I just feel like this message is so specific. So your hopes and fears, you're fearing the truth. You're fearing justice. You're fearing the need to take action. Reading somebody the law. I just heard. Calling somebody out. Because I think now, especially with the subconscious, your subconscious influences are the hangman. And I feel like maybe part of you just wants to stay in this apathetic, on the precipice here. Because at least you can keep your family together. You don't really have to face it. But the King of Swords is very decisive, very cold, very just. It's also, he's not the King of Cups. The King of Cups, is the most feeling king. And the King of Swords is the most logical king. So your attitude is, well, maybe I love him or her. I want to keep my family together. I can think of a lot of emotional reasons. But the King of Swords would come in and say, but this, you got to look at this for what it is. Right? You got to seek the clarity of air over, the low, murky waters of emotion, in order to make a decision that is best for you, that will lead to a better outcome in the future, that's going to cut through the secrets and the fears. We got to face this, right? So that's you're both hopeful that you can do that, especially if you do have a family involved. You're hopeful that you can be swift and just and logical, and this could be seeking professional help, talking to a lawyer maybe, if you guys are married, if this is involving a contract of some kind. You're hopeful and you're also scared of that. And that makes total sense. So the outcome is the Knight of Wands. This is taking some kind of an action, impassioned action. And, I do feel like you are going to face your fears here with the dragon in the background. And I think that you have help at your disposal, and that could be in the form of professional help, like we were saying with the King of Swords. I think you're going to have the support of friends and family. That could be what this Two of Cups is. Oh my gosh. I wasn't even thinking external support, outside energy. I was thinking towards your person, but this could be for you. You have people around you who love and care about you. That's what this is. You have people who have your back in this situation, who are going to take you in if that's what you need, who are going to help you see things clearly, who have resources that they would like to give to you in order to handle this situation in the best way for everyone. You have support. So that's where you're getting, emboldened and ready to take your action. And I do see, the Knight of Wands, this is, I feel like there's some kind of an independence about this. If you're not dragging your family into it, you're facing this yourself, even though, you might be at a bit of a disadvantage in some ways. That's only an illusion because you have a lot behind you here. Oh boy, this was a heavy one. Let me just pull an advice card. Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords and the Suit of Swords, because you do have the King of Swords over here. So let me just say this. The Suit of Swords is all about overcoming adversity. And it's all about being logical, seeing clearly in order to do that. These are people, I always kind of think of survivors of cluster B abuse. This is like survivors of narcissistic abuse, where it's like you can tell yourself all day long that, your person loves you, but the games that they're playing and the methods that they use and the ways in which they can manipulate the emotional plane require someone to develop themselves in the area of swords, where they seek professional help and where they're able to look at someone's actions objectively in order to take action. Because the Queen of Swords in the traditional Rider-Waite has on her left hand a red string that she has cut, and that represents like her using her justice and her sword and her knowledge and her experience to sever herself from her past difficulties. And she keeps a clear head because her head is above the clouds. These are survivors right here. So that's a clarifier to your outcome. So that is a really positive reading. I know the situation sounds really, really tough. And I know I read it, as a love reading, but it also could be business related, I'm guessing. This could be some kind of a business endeavor. Those people have already clicked off this video. But this could be some kind of a business endeavor. And, you're afraid of, like, the family time that, it could be disrupting your family environment in some way. And in the past, maybe you guys have fought over that, right? And so we don't really know what to do to move forward, but we still have all the same tools, being able to communicate with one another. And the attitude is still the same. The attitude with the business, with the King of Cups, because this is often a leader of an arts organization and someone who values their social position and who, act accordingly. And then within your relationship, you guys have the love of one another and the support of one another to be moving forward. And then, the hopes and fears is some kind of success in this business, some kind of maybe contracts being drawn up, something, really being solidified. You need to take a look at something, maybe something you have to speak with a lawyer or something to finalize things, but you are going to be taking action towards that. So, I think that's all I have for you guys, Pal One. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. I'm trying to grow my channel and it really helps me a lot. Okay. Pile number 2 with the pumpkin. Let's see what October has in store for you. And if you can't see all the cards, don't worry, I'll show them to you. And I think tomorrow I'm going to do a romantic reading. We're here soon for October. Oh. Right as I said that, the Two of Cups came out. You guys are going to have your love reading now, aren't you? All right, so current energies, your current conditions, the Two of Cups. You're feeling pretty good. This could be an actual harmonious connection. This could be a friendship. It could be, you just met somebody. You guys are starting to date. It feels really good. It feels really natural. This could be an established relationship and things are going really, really well. This is feelings of love, feelings of happiness, feelings of contentment. And the obstacle to this is judgment. So, it could be that there's a distance between you and your person, if this is an actual person. Because judgment can often speak about reviving a connection that has been dead. Or this could just be hearing a calling that's pulling you away from that. Like maybe you have a decision to be made. Maybe your career is taking you in a different direction. Maybe it's pulling your person in a different direction. But I do think this is happy news. It's like there's like something else kind of just introducing itself in the picture that might just pull you guys a little bit apart, might disrupt this, because twos are very stable. I just kind of think the second house, feeling of contentment, you're living within your values, things feel really abundant. And so it could just be a shakeup. Like there's something that you're calling that I do feel like is an exciting opportunity of some kind that's shaking that up. If that's not, if this is an opportunity of some kind. So in the past position, we have the Knight of Cups. So again, if this is a love connection, in the past position, you've had somebody coming towards you in love, and that person, maybe had been a little bit unsure, non-committal, but still very passionate. And we know in the future position with the Eight of Wands, there could have been something that happened. We're getting this sudden energy. The Eight of Wands is very sudden energy that can shake up someone's point of view on a situation. It can be sudden travel, sudden communication, some kind of sudden jolt. And that you also get that with the Judgment call here, where there's an actual act. It's almost like the Tower with both of these here. There's an act that kind of shakes things up. So in the past, you had a Knight of Cups that has kind of come in, and the Knight of Cups can, he's not a king, but he's very loving. He has romantic feelings towards you. It just might not be like to a place of commitment yet. Might still have, goals ahead of them. And, I'm just getting that the relationship hadn't really been on, solid footing. But with your current connection, your current feelings being the two of Cups, this feels really good to you. This could also be just an opportunity that's come in that's very creative. It could be a creative opportunity, job opportunity or otherwise, that's come in for you. And yeah, like I said, the future position is the Eight of Wands, where things are kind of getting shaken up. You could be, needing to move for a job. You could be needing to move for a relationship. This is a very scary card, but the Eight of Wands doesn't really seem like a frightening card to me. It actually seems really exciting, And also with the Judgment card here, I'm not really getting very scary vibes, but the tools at your disposal is the Lovers. Friendship, connection, conversation. This is a Gemini card. Gemini rules brotherly love, communication. Gemini rules the third house of community, so you have community support behind you. And if it's not like the community as a whole, there's definitely resources within your community that can help you. And this is some kind of a female spirit, so there could be literally a female spirit around you, or a female in your life that can help kind of guide this situation. And maybe this is, if this is a love connection and somebody's getting a calling to move, then, this could be the two of you figuring this out together, because the Lovers also speaks of choices. So, and I do feel like you're good at making choices. You have a level head when it comes to choices. You can see both options really clearly. That could be the community piece too. Like this could be something like a library system where you can do your research. some kind of career counseling that can help you get a clear head on things, or just you and your partner having really open, honest communication about all of your options. And also sharing how much you care for each other, because if this is a love connection, you guys do really, you have love feelings for one another. So the subconscious influences, Three of Pentacles. So this is a work situation. This is expertise. This is they're strategizing here. Where should I go? This could be fears about, am I good enough? If this is some kind of new creative opportunity, because these people are kind of scrutinizing the work here, and I'm getting that this would be you. You also could be questioning someone's motives, because I always think this guy's like staring right at her butt. So you could be questioning someone's motives. If this is a love opportunity, like, is this just about the sex? Is this just a physical connection? Is all this intense, passionate energy, are they trying to use me to get ahead in their career even? That could be for some of you with the Three of Pentacles, because the Three of Pentacles is like, there's a lot of work ahead and you might need some teamwork to get this done, right? But that's also your tools, which is really great. Because the Three of Pentacles can be something that you need help with, need help to accomplish. So you could be looking at a lot of work ahead of you and being a little bit afraid of that. So your attitude is temperance, which is great. You're very balanced. And that shows up again with your tools being the Lovers and being able to make really, balanced and well thought decisions. Because this is a Sagittarius card. Sagittarius is Gemini's opposite. This is an axis. This forms an axis of knowledge, of expansion, of travel, of community. Because Gemini rules your immediate community. Sagittarius is like the diplomat that travels around and sees different cultures. So whatever balance you've built at home in your own community or at home within yourself, you are now prepared to expand in some way. And you're ready to do that very methodically, because here this woman is very balanced and she's looking around, to see what's coming, but she's also listening to herself within. This is a really, really great attitude, you guys. Outside influences, Three of Wands. This is opportunities presenting themselves to you. This is, I feel like I said, I do feel like you have some form of community support, because the Three of Wands can be, having a solid foundation to fall back on, like that you're coming from. But now it's time for you to take more independent action, but you have that support behind you, if that makes sense, in order to go create new things on the horizon. I'm getting a lot of Sagittarius energy. Like, this could be some kind of creative trip, because there's so much Sagittarius Gemini energy here, which is all about learning knowledge. Sagittarius is the guru, the guide, philosophy, building your own philosophy. Jupiter is the god planet of expansion and divine knowledge. And then look at this. I really do look at cards kind of one at a time as I move through the reading, but this is your hopes and fears, which is the Ace of Swords. Some kind of divine truth. Getting some kind of a knowledge, some kind of education, some kind of new start, some kind of maybe even deep esoteric knowledge. This also could be severing from things that with the sword energy here, it's a new beginning. So it's kind of severing from that, home community and moving out into the bigger world. But I mean, it looks like you do have a lot of support in some way or another. And if this is a love connection, I feel like you could be afraid of things changing, maybe evolving to the next level, because that change maybe is what's scaring you. Where you're like, oh, I don't want to know I just wish we could stay here forever, kind of a thing, But the Ace of Swords is truth that pierces the 5D. So they say. So that could be just an honest look at your connection. That's like what you want, but it's also scary, And the outcome is strength. This is beautiful. This is Leo. This is finding your self-expression, your authentic self-expression. This is letting, using your higher self in order, funneling your passions up through your higher self in order to be very potent and active in the world. This is being a force to reckon with. I mean, this person is holding back a tornado. Whatever happens, like the Strength card in the outcome position, I feel like that is whatever happens, you've got it. You know, this is something you are furthering your authentic self-expression. This is going to be great for your own personal self. And let's just pull one more card. Page of Wands. This is you following your passions right here. This is the start of something really, really great. And again, pages are students. So I'm thinking this is some kind of study. Or again, the page is like a start of a passionate new relationship. Right? Strength also as well. Passionate, strong relationship. And I'm seeing this as, you know, holding off. This is, the tornado is just a fear in your mind. You know? This looks like a balance of you have like really great sex, a really passionate connection, but you also have a lot in common. A lot of things that, you know, are comforting and, you know, of higher, there's so much, you know, Gemini, Sagittarius energy here. You guys have a lot to talk about, a lot in common. You expand your minds when you're around each other. So that is a beautiful reading, pile number 2, and it sounds very exciting. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel. If you like what I'm doing, that would mean the world to me. I'll see you guys next time. All right, pile number 3 with this lighter gourd. Let's see what October has in store for you. And I've already set the intention that any card that comes out wants to be read in the upright. And if you can't see the cards, I will show them to you as we go along. So. Okay. This is crazy. Okay, so pile number 2. Are you guys watching again? This seems like almost a blend of the 2 piles. What is this, you guys? I just shuffled. You heard me shuffle if you couldn't see it. So people, I feel like from both piles maybe are watching this one. So let's just jump right in. The current condition is we have choices to make, right? Both piles had choices to make. Yeah, this is examining 2 different paths. Which way am I going to go? And how am I going to keep myself balanced while I move forward? Y'all are smart people watching this channel. I got to say, get vibes. You are doing your due diligence in looking at these paths. And I also don't feel like you're too intimidated by this. I think you know that you can handle it. Whatever comes. You know, not that it's not going to cause, you know, maybe draw upon your strength. Not that you're not going to have to put forth effort. But I feel like you've got it. You've been through some things before. You've had your mettle tested a bit. And you're ready to make your decision. Now, the obstacle is seen clearly here with the Ace of Swords. Getting some truth. That's why you're here. That's why you're watching this video. Right? We just want some divine truth. You are really looking for some guidance now because you are prepared to make the right moves. You want to make the right moves for yourself. You want to be strong, sturdy. You want to build a foundation for yourself and for those who rely on you. You want to live a life that that speaks to your values. And you are very aware of, with this infinity symbol here, you are aware of karmic cycles. You are aware of that there are consequences to every action, that the actions we take ripple out into the world. You're aware of that. And so it's almost like you're saying to the divine here, like, give me something so that I can move forward. So the past position is the Page of Cups. You might have really gone by intuition, but you're trying to pull in this Swords energy. You want something concrete. You want something empirical. You want to know, right? Because maybe you've been a little naive in the past. Maybe people have taken advantage of that. You know? Maybe you're starting to see, you know, rising up into that Emperor, Empress energy. That's a mix of all four suits. That's balancing the emotional energy of what do I want, what do I love, what do I feel drawn to, with that sword energy of, but sometimes I've got to take a hard look at something and make a hard call. With that earth energy of I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build my life, and I will go slow, and I'm going to build something beautiful, and I'm going to learn how things grow, and I'm going to nurture things slowly over time, and I've got some stamina in that. And also fire of what is my divine spark? What does my soul want? And I don't got no time for games or, you know, for trying to pretend to be something. Like, life is short. Let's laugh it up and achieve some goals for real. So I feel you guys are moving towards that Emperor Empress energy where you're trying to be more balanced about how you're making decisions. And in the future position, I'm seeing you get that. Now this, I think it was pile number 1. This was in the tools position. And now it's showing up as your past and your future, saying that you're coming from, you know, this Page of Cups energy, a more intuitive, creative energy that could have been seen as pretty naive. And you're trying to learn, you know, the page again, like these are students. So this is, you know, learning about the swords. The Page of Swords always strikes me as, you know, the protege of like a Harvard legacy family where there's kind of a lot to learn, a lot to live up to, but he's ready for the challenge. Very excited, wants to know truth, very driven. This is a person like eating books at night, like Puff the Magic Dragon, just putting ketchup on them things and just eating them, right? So you could be doing your research in the future. You could be, you know, a lot of times people say this is like a spying card. So I'm not getting like spying energy here. I'm getting research, more like research. You're trying to, whatever decision you have in front of you, you are getting information. And that comes through in both previous piles. That research was kind of involved, you know, whether that's using your community resources to do research, like your public library, career counselors, things like that, or, I mean, literally trying to pay objective attention to your situation. Your tools, the Chariot. You are prepared and capable and strong enough to go, to pick a direction and go in that direction. You are capable of doing that. I feel like you've done that in the past, right? But you've called it maybe following your intuition. And you're like, okay, and that's great, and I'm glad that I can do that. I just, let me follow my intuition, but let me also have some knowledge to back it up. And I feel like the month of October might be about that, but you are prepared to move forward. You are definitely prepared to make a choice and stick with it. You're very strong. And you do, like, in both, I'm getting that this is like a combination of both previous piles, but both of them had people behind them. And you have people behind you here with this Chariot card. The subconscious influences the Wheel of Fortune. What is my destiny? What is my fate? Why is this happening in my life? Again, I'm really getting a strong sense that you are people who are aware of a bigger picture in things, an order to the universe, something in your life. And here too, this looks like an astrological wheel, right? Written in the stars. This is your specific path. Finding, you know, your North Node, right? And in astrology or astrotheology, it said we evolve into a high vibration of our sun signs, and the way that we do that is we lean into our North Node energy. And I'm seeing you guys trying to figure yourselves out, right? What is my self-expression? What things do I value? Who is my community, right? What was my family life, and how does that impact, you know, how I show up in the public sphere and in my career? All of these things that we kind of figure out using these tools, I see you looking at. And also trying to understand fate. When is something going to turn in my favor? Is this turning in my favor? What choice can I make to get the best outcome? That's what's going on in your subconscious there. So your attitude is an attitude of strength. All of these piles have amazing attitudes. I'm just kind of really impressed with whoever's watching this video. Like, all of you just seem like really awesome friggin' people. That's showing up here. It's like you are driven by passion. You have a lot of passion. You have a lot of intuition, and you're channeling it. You're trying to focus it in a way that it's potent and useful. That is brilliant. That is freaking brilliant. And again, you guys, the external factors is the Ace of Cups. This is love. This is wisdom. This is community support. This is the support of the universe. So if your subconscious mind is saying, I'm afraid of the fates, your external support is literally love, unconditional love from the universe. And I would say, too, if you're having trouble seeing that, maybe if there is older women around you in your life, maybe give them another look. Maybe make a moment or two to just interact with one of them, because I think the universe will be trying to show you its love, its wisdom, and its guidance through some kind of older woman in your life. And if it's not a physical woman, someone with just older feminine energy. Your fears. You're afraid of what you can't see, and that shows up here in the obstacles. You're afraid of what you can't see. You're afraid of your subconscious. And that's showing up as the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like you are afraid of the universe maybe not playing along. Okay, universe, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to take this leap of faith and move in the direction that I believe I need to go in. And that's like the thing when you move towards your North Node, because your South Node is where you feel comfortable. That's what, if you believe in this sort of a thing, it's the patterns that you've established in your early life, but it's also reflected in, past life patterns, if that's something that you believe in. If not, it just is the habits you're most comfortable in, right? So when you step into that North Node energy, which is an opposite energy, for instance, I'm a Libra South Node, so I tend to trust people a lot, and really I trust relationships so much that I can give up my independence. But Libra's opposite energy is Aries, and Aries is independent, and it's the self, and it's Mars energy. What do I want, right? So it can be really scary to move into that opposite energy. And I feel like that's what you're afraid to do, but you're hopeful. This feels very important, what you guys are doing this month. Because moving towards your North Node, moving towards your life mission, that is so scary, but it's the name of the game. So yeah, you guys you're afraid of what you can't see, but you're also very hopeful that what you can't see is good and it's going to work in your favor. And again, you guys, the outcome, this was pile one's outcome, right? Is the Knight of Wands. Taking action, taking passionate action, walking your path. The suit of fire, the suit of wands is all about following your path, following your soul signature, not wasting your time. Fire's biggest fear is going through life being a pretender. Like, I just pretended like I had everything and that everything was okay. Life is short for fire signs, for fire energy. If you have heavy fire in your chart, these are the doers. Fire energy is doing energy. It's Mars energy, the sun, right? Learning how to actually be. So at the very least, let that carry you forward, is that the embracing of this fire energy of I'm going to give this a go and actually, be that. And, I just pulled a clarifier for the Five of Pentacles. This could mean breaking with tradition, and I was just talking about breaking away from your South Node. That's pretty much just what I just said, is like the things that you're comfortable with, the patterns that maybe haven't worked for you, they're not opening doors because you're here to learn something different. You're here to learn something different. Take a chance with all this Pentacle energy here. Because this is a Five of Pentacles, but I'm seeing these four are on the same building here. Like, you're here to build something different and more stable in that different energy. And just because I can almost feel, you guys, this is like both piles are watching this pile right now. The Lovers came out in pile 2, I think. So this is about making a different choice than maybe you have in the past, right? The Lovers is, and again, the Lovers really does, because in the traditional Rider-Waite, you have the feminine energy looking up to the angel. That's our intuitive side, looking up for divine guidance, which you are doing right now and watching this video. And the masculine, which is our doing nature, that fire side energy, that Mars energy of taking action and projective action in the outside world, looks to the feminine that's looking towards the angel. Right? So our intuition is looking for divine guidance. Our action self is looking towards our intuition in order to make a choice. That's what we're doing this month. That's what you guys are doing. And you have, again, this is this feminine spirit here. And again, with this Ace of Cups, you have the love and support of the universe. And I think that if you look for it, you will find that there. So another beautiful reading, you guys. I am just so impressed with whoever's watching this video. Congratulations on being awesome people, because no matter how it turns out, like, you're an awesome person, and I'm so happy for you. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, because you are quality individuals, and I would love to continue interacting with you in this life space. So thanks again for watching, guys. Bye.